Coming up next, what's behind the crisis over work in America and how do we fix it? Stories of what happened, why people are quitting, and of course, we're going to take your calls. Don't move because it starts right now. All right, folks, welcome to the Ken Coleman Show, coming to you live from our Ramsey Solutions studios in Nashville, helping you win at work and at life, helping you make more money and experience more meaning, greater income, greater impact. That's why we do what we do, and I know you want that. Okay, so the career crisis in America. What is the crisis? Simply put, so many people are just tired of working for the man. Some people tired of working, period. The people that are not tired, they don't feel very engaged. Work is just a big drain on millions and millions and millions and millions of Americans, of the majority of Americans. It is a drain. And I didn't say people aren't thankful for the job. I'm just saying it drains them. And there is a growing trend that I want to start off today's show really looking into, because this isn't going to stop. I think it's just getting going. I mean, this is the point where I think the snowball is about midway down the mountain. Maybe not midway, but it's picking up some steam. What am I talking about? A wildly popular thread on Reddit. Now, quick context for what Reddit is, because I'll be honest with you, I know what it is, but I don't spend any time on it myself. But Reddit is like a water cooler, if you will, online. People can create a conversation and everybody just kind of weighs in, right? Just via the comment. So it's like a big giant chat room, if you will. Well, there's a thread here that is that's going bananas. It's an anti-work thread. According to Reddit spokesperson, the community grew 279% in subscribers and actually surpassed 1 million members between 2020 and 2021. It was one of the most popular communities of 2021. The anti-work movement. Now, there are, I'm not going to take time and break down like all of the philosophies and what everybody's saying, but it's not as simple and as clean as it sounds, anti-work, where everybody on there is going, I don't think anybody should have to work. Are there people on there that are all for universal basic income? Yes. Unfortunately, socialism is not a new idea. We have well-known socialists who are also being propped up and being promoted incomplete messaging, but the bumper sticker is catching people's attention, certainly in this younger generation. So we're going to dive into it in just moments. Actually, a little bit later. I'm sorry. In the news, I'm going to actually give you some real stories from Reddit of why people left, because it's going to illustrate what we're talking about here. So it's where the unemployed and underemployed are basically venting about the culture of work, questioning, why should I have to meet certain expectations from my leader? Now, some of you are going to go, this is ridiculous, Ken. Seriously? I'm going to, yeah, I get it. But they're going, wait a second. Why am I putting X amount of hours in, dealing with X amount of crap from leaders and customers? Why am I doing this? I mean, they're really questioning this from a big picture, life picture. So as immature as it may seem or incomplete to some of you, I get it. I mean, if I could just suspend philosophies behind work and just focus on the emotions that people are experiencing at work, I get it. Now, where this is going is, I mentioned socialism moments ago, where this is going is that people are beginning to take aim at capitalism. And I think what they're missing is they're taking aim at corporate greed. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with taking aim at greedy leaders who are all about the stock price and all about their benefits and all about them, and driving profits just for profits. I'll take aim at that here on this show. That does not make me a socialist, and I never will be. But corporate greed is different than capitalism. All right, I'm not going to break this down and get into a history lesson here or economics lesson, but capitalism isn't the problem. Just like, let me pick another cultural pariah to make my point. Cigarettes aren't evil, and they're just not evil. It's just somebody wrapped a bunch of tobacco together in a tight thing and put some nasty stuff in it. But the cigarette itself is not evil. Does it do harm to you? Yes, but you, the adult, you, the human, are deciding to intake something that's bad for you. Capitalism isn't the problem. Capitalism is a construct by which money can exchange hands and currency and allow you to start your business and work at your own pace, work however you want to. This is what they want. But capitalism allows you to do that. So if you take shots at capitalism, you're taking shot at the concept, the context by which you are able to do what you want to do. Now, on the flip side, a universal income isn't going to give you any of that. It's going to actually limit you. But work is not solely about currency. It's not about just gaining currency. Because you watch what happens when people who live in a society and in a government where it is heavily socialistic or communistic and there is fixed basic income. Just go do your own research. Look at the mental health, the emotional health. Why? Because we humans want to do something that we can see a benefit from. We want to engage in something and see something positive come from it. But here's the deal. In this room, in this chat room, if you will, in this Reddit, people are just really, really frustrated. And what's happening is the more they get frustrated, the more they get overlooked, overworked. Now we're starting to see what's going on. They're overlooked, they're overworked. They're underutilized, undervalued. Now, folks, I'm going to tell you something. I don't care who you are. If you are in a prolonged season of being overlooked and overworked or underutilized and underappreciated, all reason starts to go out the window because you are wounded emotionally. Can we just acknowledge that? We are wounded emotionally and we are not rational. So then you start questioning things like, why would I ever go work? Now, here's one question I like that they're talking about is what's the purpose of work? And as I tell you folks on this show every day, the purpose of work is not solely about provision. It is also about contribution. There are two purposes of work. I'm quite excited, Alex, that this conversation is happening. It occurs to me I probably should hop in on that thread, but I have no idea how to. You'll have to show me. I mean, just being honest, Amanda, if I get in there, I need to get in there and just see what happens. Now, let's talk about what's really behind all this angst. Horrible leadership. Number one factor is horrible leadership. Leaders who either are unwilling to care for people or don't know how to care for people. It's one or the other. Outdated education system. The process is broken. So people are just taking a job just for the job. And then finally, burnout. Now, here's the deal. I'm so fired up on this. I'm going to carry this over to the next break. Don't miss it. This is the Ken Coleman Show. According to Glassdoor, the average job offer attracts over 250 applicants. So if you've made it to the interview, you've already made a great impression. So now is your time to showcase how you are the best choice for this role. That's why we created How to Win the Interview. This free guide will walk you through the 5 strategies to help you stand out amongst the competition. With just a little intentionality, you can prepare yourself to win the interview. To get it, go to kencoleman.com/interview. All right, folks, welcome back to the Ken Coleman Show. Okay, going into our very quick break, I was laying out what I think are the 3 major causes. Think of them as 3 storms that have come together to create a supercell. 3 different weather systems colliding. And it's creating this anti-work movement where people are just saying, I don't even know why we work. What's going on? What are we doing? And it's going to make us susceptible to some really evil stuff. Quick review: poor leaders, outdated education system, burnout. Poor leaders, they are creating toxic environments. They are overworking people. They themselves are overworked. They're not healthy. They don't even know how to manage or to lead. You're going to hear some of the stories in just moments. The outdated education system. I've been talking about this. I'm going to keep talking about it. We got more to cover here. Here's the deal. The system, the education system, has basically told us that the key to success, the only way to be happy or be successful, is to get a good GPA in high school, get a really good standardized test that'll get you into a good college, get a good safe major, come out and get a good safe job. Does that sound inspiring to anybody? The answer is no. That doesn't inspire anybody, but it doesn't matter because we feel like if we don't do that, we're not successful. Now, here's what happens. That means you end up in a job that you don't care about because you don't love the work and you don't care deeply about the results. And you're not even operating at your best because you just kind of fell into the job. Come on, folks. The third major issue is burnout because of the poor leadership, because people don't love their work. Can I just say this for a second? Last year in 2021 was the busiest, most intense year of my life from a professional standpoint. I didn't even come close to burning out. Was I really tired some days and some weeks? Yes. But let me tell you what is happening when you are in your sweet spot, using what you do best, talent, to do work you love, passion, to produce results that matter to you, mission. Watch what happens. I am burning brightly. I am not burning out. There's a difference. I am burning brightly. Hey, I'm going hard, but guess what? I can leave it. I can recuperate this weekend. I'm burning brightly. I'm not burning out. But when I am not doing work that I was created to do, I will burn out. Emotionally, I can just tell you that. Then you take a horrible leader who's pounding you and overwhelming you, then it happens so much faster. So what's the answer? It's what I teach every day. And if you're new to the show, if you've been watching the show, you've got to start spreading the word. You got to help me out. The Get Clear Career Assessment, From Paycheck to Purpose, I unpack it in detail if you're still wanting to kick the tires. But I'm just going to tell you, when someone experiences tremendous meaning in their work, they're not questioning work at all. They're going, this is awesome. I want to do more of this. I see great opportunity. All right. So let's get into this. Let's dive deeper into this. It's time for In the News. All right, so this is from Forbes magazine. This is an actual detailed article on these Redditors in this thread that we were talking about. The question, basically, they got it all going is, okay, everybody's leaving. Millions of people have left. If you've left, why'd you quit? What are you doing now? Here we go. Here's several. I'm going to read through these quickly and watch. I'm going to pull out what's going on here. I'm going to pull out the source when you hear the story. I wasn't paid enough at my former job. I was working with special needs children, and it was an awesome job. What you're hearing there is passion and mission. She says it was an awesome job, but the rest of the story. But I felt like it was, and I felt like it was what I should be doing. But I only make $250 a week. Now I work at Costco for $17 an hour, plus a ton of benefits. The work is not what I want to be doing, but I am more appreciated serving hot dogs and pizza. Did you hear that? At the top of the comment, I knew it was what I was supposed to do, but I didn't make enough money and I wasn't appreciated. And do you know who the loser is in this besides her? The kids. The kids had somebody that knew they were supposed to be there helping them. She did the reverse of my book. She went from purpose to paycheck. Why? financial life is probably a bit of a mess. Not knocking on her, but I'm just saying. And ultimately, she chased a bigger paycheck to feel better about herself, to be able to do better for herself. And ultimately, she feels more appreciated serving hot dogs and pizza at Costco. I do want to point out the pizza at Costco is highly underrated. It's very good. All right. Now, let's look at some numbers here. This commenter breaks some numbers down. Yep, same here. An hour and a half on 2 buses each way. The job was micromanaged, which was probably the reason I quit. It was good pay, $18 an hour, and I was considered the best worker as well. I quit it for a $14.50 an hour paycheck and a 20-minute bus ride. 4 months later, I got the raise to $18 after the same company asked for me back, and my current job didn't want to lose me. Know your worth, but know what your time is worth. We got life balance here, right? Why in the world would you want to go an hour and a half on 2 buses each way? That's a driving force there. But the micromanaging, horrible leadership, again, a leader drove this person out. I was a pastry chef. Now I invest in real estate and building my own bed and breakfast. Being in the industry really threatened my mental and emotional health. I was underpaid and overworked. There it is. Underpaid. That means I feel undervalued, and overworked. I feel overwhelmed. Now I work for my laptop and make 4 times the amount. Quit my job last night. It was nice to be home to make the kids breakfast and take them to school today. Off to hunt for a new opportunity. I resigned from my job today. What a time, what a time, what a time to resign. I wish I felt this huge, overwhelming sense of relief, but I don't. I feel nervous. But I also feel rather calm. Sent a boss to my email. She came back with, okay, sorry to hear that. I'll put time on our calendars later today to talk it through. She's the reason I'm leaving. Again, leadership. The comments go on and on and on. And the theme is, I feel undervalued. I am overworked. I don't feel seen. I don't feel cared for. I don't feel valued. I'll take a pay cut to get out of this. I know exactly it's what I'm supposed to do, but I don't feel I can do it for the right amount of money. I'm telling you. It's a theme, and we can fix this. All right, let's go to a positive leadership story. Let's look at the flip side. A Welsh company is taking its whole staff on vacation as a reward for pandemic work. This is a recruitment company, and they're taking their entire staff to an island vacation. This is pretty awesome. Here's their statement they put out on LinkedIn. Our purpose is building a culture where everybody wins, which means no one can be left behind, and this is an all-inclusive company holiday. The offer applies even to new employees hired in January, February. Now, you want to talk about something pretty cool, and that's pretty cool. Think about the new people. They're going, wait a second, I really didn't deserve this. I mean, I'm the newbie, but I'm getting to go to the island too? You better believe it. Unbelievable. Love this story. It's a 4-day trip. It's going to take place over a long weekend starting in April. It's going to cost the company more than 100,000 pounds, so which would be about $135,000, which that's actually not bad. It's not a huge company. But this is from the one of the executives. 2020 was a really tough time on our whole industry. We went from job market being put on hold to going into overdrive. Our staff has been on a journey from going to remote working to hybrid, back to remote, and we just wanted to put our arms around everyone and say thank you. Can I just tell you, that right there is beautiful. We just wanted to put our arms around everybody. Leaders, you better figure this out. I don't know what putting your arms around your people looks like, but you better figure out how to do it and how to do it often, or you're not going to retain great people. All right, coming up, we're going to get to your calls. This is the Ken Coleman Show. Do you know what you were born to do? In order to get hired at a job you love, you need to get clear on your talent, passion, and mission. That's why our team created the Career Clarity Guide. In just a few minutes, this free tool will walk you through a process to discover what you do best: talent, the work you love to do, passion, and the results you want your work to produce. That's mission. Then you're going to feel way more confident throughout the job search process. To get started, Go now to kencoleman.com/clarity. All right, folks, welcome back to the Ken Coleman Show, helping you win at work and in life. I want you to get greater income and see greater impact through your work. Just want to always say a shout out to the folks that are watching live on YouTube who are engaged in the chat room. I like to jump in here, and I saw something that I want to call out. I want to give a big shout out, a big air high five, if you will, to Chairforce Gaming. Who says, hey, I landed what I'd call my dream job. He said, you inspired me to take charge of my life and get out of the job I hated and make myself uncomfortable. Might have to call in someday and give the full story. Yeah, you might have to. We'll take the call. Can I just point out one thing here? We don't always have to have a question. If you've got a comment, if like I fired you up on this Reddit thread and you're going, hey, Ken, I agree. I got a little quick comment. Call. Amanda's standing by. She'll get you teed up. She'll tell you what to say, how to say it. So if you got a comment, call in. But I love this. I want to keep reading this. He says, because there's not enough characters here to share. He goes on to say, the job pays me more than I've ever made in my 23 years. Wow, way to go, Chairforce Gaming. I love it. And I need to challenge William Talaferro. William, I'm seeing you right now. He said, I've worked 6 years and I've overachieved in my job. Others around me are getting promoted, but not once have I ever even been offered a promotion. Burnout is an understatement. 6 bosses, and 5 of them micromanaged us constantly. I love helping people, but the micromanagement is driving me out fast. Okay, William, here's the deal. Before we get to the phones, William, I hear you. I see you. William, I'm looking right at you. Now, William, your heart has already left the building. So let's go ahead and start preparing our body to leave. I just wouldn't hang around any longer. It's all over you. I didn't say you did anything wrong. I think if anything, before you leave, I would try to get, without telling them you're leaving, you need to start looking today. But I would try to find out from your leader why you haven't been offered a promotion. Is there something that's missing? I do want to get some good information. I'm not saying you're the problem. But what I'm saying is that you've had a bunch of micromanaging. It's continuing to happen. You haven't had an opportunity to get promoted. I try to learn what you can, but let's move forward. Folks, when your heart has left the building, it's time to take your body, but let's be smart about it. William, let's find something else and let's step into it. If I can help you, let me know. If you need to call in the show, we'll get super practical on this and help you come up with a bridge. I'm sorry you're going through that, but hey, the best is yet to be, and so we've got to go, hey, it's not going to get any better. But why will we, just a quick little nugget here, why do we as humans, because this is not a William problem, this is a human problem, why do we put up with misery? The reason? Our natural human condition is that we would rather be miserable than uncomfortable. Miserable instead of uncomfortable. What I mean by that is we're miserable, but we know what to expect as opposed to being uncomfortable with the unknown. This is what we do. So, William, if that's you, let's go. Let's get to Samuel in Houston, Texas. Samuel, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hi, Ken. How are you?
I'm living the dream, Samuel. What's going on?
Okay. Well, this last year really did me in. Just took the wind out of me. Talk about being comfortable and not, rather than taking risks. I stayed in a toxic job I hated for a number of years. And then this last year went through a very traumatic divorce, and I found myself now a full-time single dad to my 3 kids, ages 2, 4, and 6.
Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry.
I lost my job last month, and this is, if I don't get income by March, I won't be able to pay our bills and we'll be basically broke.
Okay.
So I It's overwhelming.
Sure.
Sometimes I see some light. Oftentimes I find myself panicking at 2 a.m. and I'm just mostly just worried and don't even know how to start thinking.
Okay, good. I'm glad you're owning this, because right now you're going to need more than just a phone call with me. You're going to need some other people around you who are very objective, who are in your corner, and they're there to help. Okay, so let's just talk about income first. We've got to get stable, and because your life is already nuts. 3 kids under the age of 6, that's nuts if you got a stable job and a wife. All right? That's tough. So let's talk income. Okay, what kind of income do you need to replace? What were you making in your previous job?
$50,000 a year. I could afford about almost a $2,000 hit.
Okay.
Sorry, $20,000 hit. Excuse me. So I need to make $4,000 a month to pay.
Okay, great. Here's the good news: you are in the greater Houston, Texas area. There are jobs at Walmart that are starting at $15 an hour. I'm not telling you to go to Walmart. What I'm trying to do is you're in this panic mode, which I understand, and you're going, how do I bring in income? The answer is you can go get 2 or 3 jobs if you have to. Now, I know you got the little ones, but we start going, who can help? What's it going to take for me to get stable financially? And the first thing is we got to have income rolling in March. So I want some income coming in consistently, even if it's a new schedule and the schedule's not ideal. We need stability. Yes?
Yeah.
All right. Stability first. Secondly, once we get stable, we go, all right, I've got to heal. I'm not even going to try to talk to you about your dream job or what you would love to do. I am going to give you a couple of resources. At the end of our call, I'm going to give you my Get Clear Career Assessment. I'm going to give you my best-selling book, From Paycheck to Purpose, okay? The assessment will help you figure out your professional mountaintop, and then the book will help you get there. That's for you when you're ready to do it. Right now, we need to get a job or 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we get after it. You know plenty of people. It is okay for you to say, I'm hurting. It's okay to say my wife and I had a traumatic divorce, and all of a sudden I got the 3 little ones. I'm their primary caregiver, and I lost my job. There is nothing for you to be ashamed of. You are a daddy bear, and you have to tell people, I need help. Your connections, your relationships are going to get you some opportunities. Don't you look down your nose at anything, because what matters is, can we get in that $4,000 to $6,000 a month range? And you bring a lot of talent to the table. Yes or no?
In my field, sure.
No, that's not true. What's your field?
I was a church musician for years.
Yeah, but okay, I'm so glad. You can do way more than lead the congregation in a hymn. Am I right or am I wrong?
Yeah, sure, yes.
All right, just really quick.
I can, but what stumps me is I don't have. It would have to be entry level, no matter what. I have no background in anything else.
100%. I get it. Let's do this really fast. This is super lightning fast. I don't want you to think. I want you to just answer. You ready? Here we go. What are the top 3 talents you bring to the table? Forget about music ministry talent, like something you could do right now for anybody in any different type of line of work. I'm good at this. Say it.
I'm good at assessing other people's talent, seeing what they're good at, and getting them to work together as a team to go towards a certain particular objective.
Now that sounds like leadership and management to me.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know how many organizations and companies are dying for a quality manager? If they're paying $15 an hour to start at Walmart, what are they paying a manager? Somebody who's led before in a church, somebody who looks sharp and has got some character. Come on, man. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I would thrive in that. I mean, regardless of what it is, I just don't know that anyone would hire someone to manage when they never even started in the field before.
That's not true. That's not true. You've led in a church setting, yes or no?
Yes.
You have all kinds of leadership experience. And here's another one. Church leaders have to lead volunteers. It's the purest form of leadership. You know why? Because volunteers don't have to be there. If you're a jerk to a volunteer, they can say, go pound sand. I'm not coming back. You've got leadership experience, brother. Talk to everybody you know before the end of this weekend and say, I'm looking for leadership management positions. I don't even care if it's a night shift at the pizza place. Go get a job and get stable. Hang on the line. I'm going to give you some tools to help you out of this mess. This is the Ken Coleman Show.
You were created to fill a unique role in and through your work. Now, some of you may be going, I have no idea what that is. Some of you may be saying, I know what I want to do, but I don't know how to get there. I felt all of those emotions. I've been where you are, and I can tell you, there's hope. That's why I wrote the book, From Paycheck to Purpose. You can make the income you want and the impact that you desire. And I know that you have what it takes.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Ken Coleman Show. Quick continuation on that last caller. Because I think there are a lot of people watching and listening that are in the same boat. And can I just tell you something? My heart goes out to him because this dude has been body slammed. Life has hit him from the top ropes. When I was a kid in the 80s, there was this dude named Jimmy Superfly Snuka in the old school WWF. I know, I'm teaching you young people some culture. And this dude was known for the top of a boxing ring. You know, he would jump off the top ropes and land on people and they would be out. This is what life has done to this man. Do you understand what I'm saying? And when life does it to you, you are hurting so badly and you are so scared and so confused, you cannot see what he finally saw at the end of that call. And you heard him chuckle. And I said, wait a second, you've got leadership experience in the ministry church context. And he went, yeah. So I promise you, he can lead people in a restaurant, in a Walmart, fill in the blank. Fill in the blank. Now, here's the continuation thought. If I went to Houston today, within 3 days, not using any of my relationships, and I know a bunch of people in Houston, but if I just used his relationships, within 3 days, I would have him a job offer, probably making $20 an hour or more in a leadership management position. And I want you to hear this. Sometimes we think, I'm not qualified. I don't have any transferable experience because I haven't worked over here before, and that's total garbage. You take a general manager who's trying to hire somebody to manage a shift of people, and this dude shows up looking sharp, telling about what his experience is, they'd hire him in a second on the job. I mean, on the interview, they'd go, here's the deal. Here's the sign right here. And I want you to understand that. We are in the hottest job economy we've ever seen before. And this guy's hurting. So if you're out there and it seems like you're hurting, you just go, listen, no matter what I'm hurting or no matter what I'm thinking, if I can't call Ken, I'm going to get with some people in my life and go, this is what I'm feeling about myself, and have them go, stop it. That's not true. Let me connect you. And let me just say this one more time when you get back to the phones. The most underrated, underutilized question in the world is this: will you help me? We have pride. There's all kinds of reasons why we don't want to say that. But the reality is, in a healthy and humble way, even when we're hurting, if you just walked up to a stranger, they'd help you. I'm going to save this call. I'm on a rant right now. I got to finish this. I'm talking if I walked up to a stranger on the street and I wasn't threatening and I was humble and I said, hey, I got to tell you, my car's right around the corner. I just did something to it. I don't even know what I did. I've never recognized that sound in the world. I can't even pick up a wrench, much less use it. My cell phone flew out the window, whatever. You just tell them, I'm in the middle of a 4-alarm disaster. I just need this help. Most strangers would feel a sense of compassion and try to do something. But I'm not asking you to approach strangers. What would our friends, our acquaintances, former coworkers, what would they do if we said, hey, life's pounding on me right now. Last year, I went through a traumatic divorce. I'm a single dad now. I got full custody, 246. And then last month, I lost my job. I'm struggling. And honestly, I'm freaking out. all my experiences in church leadership. I don't honestly have a lot of confidence right now. And I'm asking, will you help me? That's it. That's it right there. That's it. Because it is amazing. I mean, just think for a second. How did our country respond after September 11, 2001? How does our country respond after a major earthquake or hurricane? How do we respond? Even though we're in the most divided time in our country's history, how do we respond? When people are hurting, good people step up. And do not let your pride, do not let your doubt, do not let your fear hold you back from just asking, will you help me? Because I'm going to tell you, the answer is going to be yes. And then you'll be able to help somebody else. But if you don't get help, you'll never be able to help somebody else. Come on, folks, step into this, ask for help, and receive it. Are you wondering if you should leave your current job or stay put? Well, you're not alone. That's why we created the Should I Quit My Job quiz. In just 5 minutes or less, this quiz will help you determine if you're at the right company and if you're in the right role. And if you need to make a move, you'll get practical steps to keep you moving forward. Folks, it's time to get unstuck. Life is too short not to do what you were created to do. Go take the quiz right now at kencoleman.com/quiz. All right, folks, welcome back to the Ken Coleman Show. Oh, I got some extra juice today. We're going to get in the chat room a little bit as well. First, folks, it's pretty amazing. We live in a world where you can do any number of things, all with one click of a button. Think about it. You can unlock your car, watch a movie, call your best friend, even pay your bills, and now you can even do more with one click, like find a great job that takes you from paycheck to purpose. All you got to do is go visit my friends at ZipRecruiter, ZipRecruiter.com/Ken, ZipRecruiter.com/Ken. Put them to work for you. Let them work for you while you're doing all your other work. It's a great resource, and it's free. ZipRecruiter.com/Ken. All right. Anthony joins us now in Rochester Hills, Michigan. Anthony, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
You bet. What's going on?
Well, I took your Get Clear assessment. I thought it was very accurate.
Good.
I finished it, and I still feel like I don't know what I want to do. And I just needed help finding my sweet spot.
Okay, so you said it was very accurate. So the top 3 talents, we gave you a detailed report. The top 3 passions, which we describe as work you love to do, you got a detailed report on the top 3. And then you got a detailed report on the primary missional result that motivates you and drives you. Filled out the purpose statement, you read it, and you went, oh, that feels right on.
Exactly.
And yet you still feel stuck.
Yeah, the best way I can describe it is you feel paralyzed with how much opportunity. It's almost too many options.
Oh, okay then. All right. So this is why we created this assessment, for you to then stop thinking and start looking. And I think that's what's going on with you. And it's very natural. So now this purpose statement, and the whole point of us creating the assessment and the purpose statement is that it's like a neon blinking arrow pointing to the world at work. So you've got to treat it as that. This is essentially a 35,000-foot view of a job description. Does that make sense to you, that metaphor?
Yes.
So you've got to start looking. But let's help you. I think we're going to help you. What we got to do is we'll skip forward to the third element of the assessment, and that's your missional results that matter deeply to you. Folks, this is where motivation comes from. You shouldn't have to have a leader motivate you. And so we speak about mission results that matter because this is where we get motivated on our own. We're fired up. So what was your result? Your top missional result?
Achievement.
Now, this is mine, and I created the assessment. Is that, by the way, is that yours too, Amanda? Yeah. And so you like putting scores up on the scoreboard. That's what matters deeply to you. You want to see results, yes?
Yes. I like to have tread when I work hard.
Oh, I like that. I've never heard anybody say that before. I want tread. You want progress, man.
Yes.
You want to make sure we're not spinning our wheels. We want to see progress. Incremental's fine. Fantastic. Big progress really gives you the juice. Okay, great. So what's the work you love to do? What were your passion results? Top 3 types of work you love to do.
My passion results: leading, performing, protecting.
Okay. So the leading part, we understand that. Everybody gets that. I use these one words to kind of describe a bucket of detailed work. And so leading, we understand this is leading and influencing people. Okay. Performing speaks directly to you want to be in a job where the pressure's on. You want people to see you, and you want people to be counting on you. That's directly connected to the missional result we just talked about, which is achievement. Now, what's interesting is this last thing, protecting. Protecting. What's going on there? Who do you want to protect?
Well, this gets a little deeper. But,
that's what I want. And I don't want you to think anymore. I want you to feel this answer. Answer this with your heart. Who do you want to protect?
Well, I'm a believer in God. And in many ways, I try and live my life with his ideals as my ideals. So in a big picture, I'm trying to protect.
You're thinking. You did exactly the opposite of what I told you to do. And that's okay. That's why I'm interrupting you. Not because I'm mad at you, because it's my job to coach you right now. Stop thinking. You just gave me this big answer. It should be 1 or 2 words. Who do you want to protect? Say it.
Protect my family.
From what?
Not being able to achieve their goals.
Okay. And I think that extends beyond your family. You want to protect others from, say it.
Failure.
Okay. Have you always coached, or have you had connections to coaches in your life? I'm just curious.
Absolutely. Yes. My father's a coach.
It's like I've done this several thousand times. I heard it all over you. You have the heart of a coach. True or false?
Yeah, I absolutely think I could. I have a lot of drive and more passion than what I know what to do with.
So now let me challenge you on something. When I say coach, I'm not necessarily saying that you're supposed to be coaching in an athletic context or environment. Because I would submit to you that the greatest leaders are leaders who lead like coaches. Tell me in 30 seconds, tell me the greatest attributes of a good coach. Like, what are the strongest characteristics of a great coach in your mind? Give me a couple.
Taking responsibility. I think when a coach doesn't put all of the blame on his players.
Buck stops with me. Okay, well, give me another one.
Exactly. Yep. And then being able to adapt to their situation, not just taking his advice and driving it down into them, but being able to form it to them.
Great. Give me one more.
Consistency, reliability,
good,
hard work.
Good. Okay. So I heard, I love this exercise. I heard responsible, I heard adaptable, and I heard reliable. Fair?
Yes, exactly.
That's you.
Absolutely. I don't know what to do with that.
You don't know what to do with that?
All I do is I'm out working hard every day.
Doing what?
So right now I have a road construction job.
And you're doing manual labor right now?
Absolutely.
Oh, well, that's the problem. The problem is you're doing manual labor and it's sucking the soul right out of your body.
Absolutely.
You want to lead a crew. You want to lead a team. Let me tell you something, brother. You need to coach. I don't know if you need to coach in sports, or I don't know if you need to coach in a small business or in a big corporation, but you need to be coaching people, and you need to be leading people in a team environment to drive results. Back to your assessment that you said was dead on. And your driving missional result was achievement. But when I pressed you and I said, who are the people you want to protect? You said, I want to protect people from not achieving their potential. I'm coloring this up a little bit. Does this sound right to you?
You're absolutely spot on.
I know I'm spot on because you told me all this. So I'm spitting it back at you. No more doubt. Anthony, you were created to lead people and lead teams. How does that feel when I say it that directly?
Motivating. I want to get up and work.
Fantastic. So, Anthony, don't overthink this. How old are you?
30.
You're 30. I want you to start looking for entry-level management positions where they just basically need you to be responsible. I don't care if it's leading the late-night shift at Taco Bell. You will enjoy that more than you will working on the road crew. True or false?
Absolutely.
Come on. We are in a hot job economy. Restaurants are hiring. I'm not saying this is your life's work. I'm saying it gets you off the road doing manual labor, which is nothing wrong with that, but that's not your jam. And it gets you into the world you want to be in, which is, Ken, I want to work with individuals, and I want them to maximize their potential, and I want them to see how they fit into the team, and I want the team to collectively see this. And, dude, you get excited if you are driving a team towards W's. Am I right?
Absolutely.
All right, then. No more talking. Now, here's what I'm going to do. Amanda, I want to give him a link to my Get Clear. Oh, he's already took the assessment. Make sure he's got the book, From Paycheck to Purpose is what I meant. He needs the guide. The book will guide you, Anthony, up the ladder. It's my gift to you. If he's already got it, give him one anyway so he can give to somebody else. All right. For our listening audience, our time is almost up. Stay with us. If you're our viewing audience, we got one more segment of bonus stuff coming to you. This is the Ken Coleman Show. Press on.
Thanks for listening to The Ken Coleman Show. For more, you can find the show on demand wherever you listen to podcasts and watch the show on YouTube. You can also find Ken across all social media by following @Ken Coleman.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Ken Coleman Show. I meant to mention this. Nathan, I didn't give you any warning on this, but I have a special guest with me today. I don't know if we can show her in the, I don't know if you can spin the camera around, or Alex, tell her to go get on the camera in the control room, but I brought a special guest with me today. My youngest child, Josie, my only daughter and my favorite daughter. This is very exciting, and she's off from school today, and she wanted to come to work with Dad. And when your 13-year-old daughter says, Dad, I want to come to work with you, I was a giant bowl of pudding inside. Just, oh, absolutely, babe. So anyway, that is my youngest daughter, and she is absolutely stinking amazing. So there you go. All right, I'm going to go to the chat room. We have 3 really interesting comments and questions I want to get to. Ryan O'Brien, by the way, I wish that was my name. I think I'd be a much bigger deal. Welcome to the Ryan O'Brien Show. I like the way that sounds. In case anybody wonders if I have ADHD, I really do. It's a real thing. That was one of those moments right there. It was like squirrel, and there we go. Okay, Ryan's comment, Ken, with so many people working from home, is it a good idea for me to start learning JavaScript in order to attain a job working from home, or is it too crowded a field? No, he's talking about programming, and he's talking about the technology field as a whole. And I'm going to tell you something, Ryan. It's not too crowded. In fact, they can't fill positions fast enough. And not only that, technology, once you're in, as it continues to evolve, you will evolve. They will train you on the job, and the sky is the limit. Because remember this about technology jobs. You can't think of technology just as a standalone industry. It is, but it is in every industry. I mean, you got technology jobs at churches. You got technology jobs at hospitals. We understand this. Technology is in every industry. It's a wonderful, wonderful path, Ryan. So go do it. Next is Jacob. Ken, I received a job offer with a new company that brings in a $16,000 salary raise. All my friends and family, I can just tell you, Joe, I haven't even read further. Whenever I hear all my friends and family, that's a warning. All my friends and family say I should take it. But, and there's always a but, by the way, after that. But I'm having trouble finding the courage to take it. So here's the deal. This is where I wish I had you on the phone, but I'm going to give you my quick comment on how to deal with this. When you say to me, I'm having trouble finding the courage, that tells me you're afraid. So I want to know specifically what you're afraid of. And the best way to do it is, I love a pencil, but you can use a pen, but you have to do this. It's a real physical exercise. The psychology proves this. Write down the actual thing or things you're afraid of. And I mean super specific. I'm afraid that if I take the job, that I'm not quite experienced enough and I might fail, and then I'd lose my job, and then I might live under a bridge. Well, be honest. And then you look at that fear on paper and you go, what are the chances of me doing that? And if I lost the job, would my family disown me? Would I live under a bridge? I'm serious. You have to get the fear out and go, what are the chances that this fear happens? What would have to happen for the fear to become a reality? This is the exercise. That's all I can do in a chat room, but that's what's going on. And I don't care, by the way, what the friends and family think. I'm okay if what you believe in your heart is right and the friends and family verify that, great. But I'm never going to make a decision based on what friends and family think. I'm going to do what I believe is right. And if the friends and family don't agree, it's their problem. All right. One more here. Genesis says, I want to pay for tech school while working and taking care of my son. I don't know. I just feel disappointed with the off. Did I miss the first part of this? All right, I got it. I'm a single mom. I was working as a contractor, as a QAR. That's a technology job. I don't even know what that means, but I know that. I just got offered a permanent position. However, the pay is lower than expected. There are quarterly bonuses, but I'm not sure if that's promised. I want to pay for tech school while working, and I don't know. I just feel disappointed with the offer. I see quality assurance positions pay about $25 an hour, and my offer was below $20. So here's the deal. There's nobody saying you have to take that gig, Genesis. There's absolutely nothing wrong with you saying, hey, thank you for the offer. I am grateful for the offer. But I'm looking at the market, and based on what I can do, and actually because I've got to take care of my son, it doesn't make sense for me to take this at $20 an hour when I know I can get $25 an hour. If you can't do $25 an hour, totally understand. I'm still grateful, but I'm going to have to pass. That's powerful because we're going to find out real quick if they can scrap up $5 more an hour. That's what I would do in that situation. And listen, here's the quick little nugget here for other people. Just because an opportunity is in front of you and it's good doesn't mean it's the right opportunity. I want to say no to the good so I can say yes to the best. This is the mindset. Just because it's an opportunity doesn't mean I have to take it. All right. Let's go to Omaha, Nebraska. Chase joins us there. Chase, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hey, Ken. Thanks for having me on the show. I appreciate it.
You bet. What's up?
Well, my question is that I'm actually a teacher. This is my fourth year teaching, and I'm looking just to, get out of this, great profession, but I'm just getting a little burnout. So I'm kind of looking into either learning development specialist or project management, actually. And I just really can't decide which one is going to be better for me long term, or that's going to create the most growth for me personally, as well as for income. So I was just wondering if you had any advice on kind of which way might be best.
So I'm not gonna address the income because I don't have those numbers readily available in my head to know which one has the best path financially, but that's something that you can research. So that's part of your homework assignment, is to really do your homework and talk to people who are winning in that space and do your own online research and find out what does the financial opportunity look like and are they truly comparable. Okay. But the bigger issue is Ken, I'm not sure which way to go, which path to choose. And I think the clues on this rely, they lie within what you're doing now. And by the way, teachers are leaving at an unbelievable rate. So I want to dig into this very quickly. Okay. What is the number one source, or number two, if you got a top three, tell me, what's causing the burnout as a teacher and thus pushing you out the door? Be very specific.
I would just have to say, I think student behavior has just been tough.
You're in a public school and you're not able to do anything about it.
Yep. Correct.
Yeah.
We try our best to put them in the best situations possible, to improve.
Okay. All right. So here's the $1 million question. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If the behavior issue wasn't present, would you be calling me right now about doing something different than teaching?
Maybe just for something more just challenging.
Okay, great.
Just kind of pushes me.
Okay, great.
Mm-hmm.
So you love teaching and instructing, true or false?
Right.
So remove our context of the current environment. You get the juice when you are instructing and guiding and leading someone to light bulb moments and growth. Yes?
True. Absolutely.
Okay, now let's put those two job paths back on the table.
Okay.
Based on what you just told me, what does your heart tell you? Which one do you think you would enjoy most? Let's assume you're going to be very successful in both, project managing or learning, develop, or whatever you said that was.
Mm-hmm.
Which one would you choose today if you had to choose today, knowing you'd be successful in both?
I would say I would feel more comfortable with the learning and development specialist.
Okay, so
of a company and teaching other company members or teaching about a product.
So to me,
getting them. Yeah.
So to me, that's the leader right now in the clubhouse.
Okay.
It doesn't mean it's the final winner, but I think that's the question you ask yourself over the next 3 days, a week, 10 days, and your heart's going to select it for you. It will select it for you. You need to ask yourself, what would I choose to do today if success on both tracks was guaranteed? And then where do I want each one to lead me? Where do I want to be 15, 20 years from now? Answer those questions and the winner's going to reveal itself. Hey, I got to get out of here, but before I do, remember this. You matter. You have what it takes. Press on.